edition episode
Okay, another episode on
of
Wednesday.
Talking Shit with
Marlon.
and
That's
Greg.
right. That's what we're doing. We're talking this shit.
We're about to talk some shit today. There's
Yes, indeed.
been a fair amount of wild shit that has transpired since the last wild shit that we were talking about.
Listen,
Uh,
listen,
this is it's amazing. It's amazing.
listen. I've been watching these videos of these white people being on the no-fly list,
That
and
that
them
shit
just
made me
having
laugh.
breakdowns. They are breaking down, man. They are
Yo, these
having
people are wild.
meltdowns.
Yo, my man said one of this. He was crying and complaining, and he was like, "We did this for
Yeah.
you, and now I'm on the now I
Ru-
gotta get up." I was like, "What? You didn't do that for me. I didn't want.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Talking
didn't
about
want
this
you to
is
do
what
that."
they do to us,
Yeah,
and this is how they take away our free. Now I can't, dude. Like walk home. It's okay.
yo,
Walk
chill.
home. Take a bus. Take a
Take a
bus.
bus. Yo,
Buses
that
are
shit is
still
wild.
running.
That's Rosa
Get
Parks.
on a bus. You know what I'm saying? Get on a
Yeah,
bus for 14 hours.
that's Rosa
You
Parks.
good.
She was like, "Oh, I had to sit in the back, and then I fought to win the front. Now you got to sit on buses, and that's it. No airplanes. No for you."
Listen, I'm watching these white women being handcuffed, and they're like,
That shit
"It
is funny.
hurts. You're hurting me."
Yo,
I'm just like,
yo, and I guarantee you, they're gonna start changing laws about arrests because it happened
of
to
course they are.
because
Of
it
course
happened to
they are.
white people.
Of
Yeah,
course they are.
now
Of
they're
course they are.
I'm not saying they're the
You know,
enemy, right? But now they're perceived as being the scary ones, right?
because they are terrorists. Let's
They are,
call it.
but
Let's keep
now
it
it's
real.
finally like come to fruition. Like everything transpired, everything happened, and now you see like the crazy these people are, right? And now everybody, even white people, are like, I'm not fucking with white people. Not that crazy shit.
Listen, listen, listen. Now that there's a manhunt, all of them are like scared. Some of them are probably in their home shook as hell because
Word.
they don't want to go to jail. Because, dude, you broke into a federal building.
Yeah.
You broke
Anything.
into
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. And there's rumor of like shit being spread on the wall or in different places of the Capitol building.
Word.
Nancy
Word.
Pelosi's, desk and stuff
Yeah.
being violated. The dude with the horns who I heard is in jail talking about he's not gonna eat because they don't
It's
serve
not
organic
organic.
food.
And they gave him the food.
That's crazy. Crazy. Wild buns.
That's wild. That's so crazy.
That's beyond. Like this dude again, white privilege. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure if it was a black dude who was like, "Well, they're not serving organic food here," so I'm not. They're
You'll be
like,
like,
"Shut the fuck
sorry.
up, eat your slop, and go to bed."
Or
You know
they
what I mean?
you know, give it to him intravenously.
There you go. Or they probably wouldn't even publish it at all. They'd just be like, "Whatever, ignore this
Yeah, that's
fool."
it. And he dies.
You
Just
know what I mean?
like the new
But
one.
it's just, yeah. But it's amazing to see that it's not Muslims,
Nah,
it's not Mexicans,
nah,
it's not black people,
nah.
it's not Hispanics.
It's nobody.
It's
It's only
Europeans, European Americans, white people. They're
I
the ones
I think
being, hunted down now because they did some dumb shit. They
yeah.
did some extreme terrorist, hateful. This is not for the country. You can't say you love this country if you decided to storm the Capitol building
Yeah, that's all
and
federal crimes. All of that is federal crimes.
federal on
That's all of
on.
that.
It's up here.
That's
It's up
all
here.
of it. Yo, it's wild.
Because you had the National Guard be on the steps when it was BLM.
Yeah,
Everybody's like full gear,
you were
ready
prepared.
to go. And all of a sudden, these people were able to just walk up the stairs and file in through the doors and go do whatever they want. I haven't seen anything about the dude that they showed the picture of walking out with the podium.
He got arrested.
Oh, okay. Because I was
And
just
then
about to
that's
say,
another thing. Yo, what? Why would you do a crime? Not yeah. Dracula, that ass said. Now they're gonna want to defund the police.
uh,
But
uh, uh, uh.
they took pictures of everything.
Everything.
They took pictures. They must have really felt they were above the law or some shit. Yo, when you commit a crime, you don't want any evidence, and
None.
pictures and videos are evidence.
None.
Did they think that
Let,
they weren't committing a crime? Is that it?
do no, it's because of white privilege. Let's be real. Like you got to be really privileged to think I'm going to go into a federal building that
That's
I'm not supposed to go into, violate this building, violate some people that work in this building, and nothing
no.
is going to
Yeah.
happen because you know what? I am free. Justice is for me. I am the one running shit around here. You
Word.
got to feel that way. You got to feel that way because
They,
that's crazy to me. No face mask, no
no.
nothing. People are just like, and standing on desks and like taking photos with security or police and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's just a post where there was a dude that had on some kind of freaking National Guard helmet on with some zip ties about, oh yeah, he regrets having those zip ties in his hand because
What?
now he got
You should have
arrested
regretted
and
waking
all.
up that morning. Yo, they
The fuck?
Dracula that ass was like, uh, they were saying this is my desk.
There
They
you
were
go.
saying that. Like, no, it's my desk too. It's not just yours.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not respecting anybody else. They're just they think everything they own everything. They think they control everything.
Listen, that's white privilege, my brother. I mean, come on,
Uh,
listen,
yo,
look at the America we've been living in, right?
yeah,
Like these people really just like they've been living free and comfortable for so long. So yeah, it's not a matter of they didn't think they were going to get arrested. It's a matter of they won't arrest me
right,
because this is my country.
right. Barring
And
like a nuclear war or like a civil war or something like that, I think we needed this.
we
America
do.
needed a reminder that white people are crazier than anybody else.
Absolutely.
We needed that reminder. So you
Absolutely.
because then they were too worried about like Arab people or like Islamic people blowing up shit.
Mexicans, right?
Nobody.
Mexicans coming into the
It's a little
country,
bit. It's only like
whatever it is.
baby. It's baby crazy. White that this white like entitlement type of crazy. You know, because of absolutely, it's not everybody, right? Just like
Right.
right. But like the people that are like so entitled, and then they have this weird. They believe all the shit that they talking. They believe all the shit that they're talking. How
Yo,
could
and for you to listen, and for you to get on a plane from whatever state you lived in to go to Washington, okay? You
fuck
went
it?
to Washington D.C. and was like, I'm. So you actually had to pack a bag. You know, teachers, people. You know, this failed actor who's 33 years old, apparently. You know, tattoos on him, who thought it was cool for him to have the horns and
Oh
stand.
right, right. I forget.
You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever his name is, he's the same organic food dude. Like they're not serving
There was
organic food, so I'm not
a
eating.
judge's son, a New York like federal judge's son.
Uh huh.
He went. He was there, and he got photographed. But now they're gonna play that he didn't have the right mental state. Like he was
Oh, get the
like he's
fuck.
mentally
Privileged shit.
no.
Privileged shit.
Yeah, like mentally disabled. Like some they're gonna. I'm reading it, and then I'm like
Bullshit.
looking at what they're doing, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna try to play like he wasn't all there, right? The brother already said like, oh, people tricked him into going or some bullshit like that. Like that's I know my brother. That's not him. That was your brother running down the steps with a Capitol Police um, vest on, running down the stairs in like bearskin turtleneck. I don't know what the fuck he was wearing.
And I'm sure he didn't get on no bus to get down there. He probably flew because his
Right,
daddy's a judge.
right.
He got on an airplane,
Yeah.
flew over there. So you had to pack a bag, get your ID and everything together, decide to get on a plane, probably JFK, because if you live in New York, more than likely JFK, and flew over
Yeah.
to Washington D.C.
He's from Midwood in
Fucking
Queens.
A, man.
Yeah, he's from Midwood.
Yeah, so he flew through JFK.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's right there, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So for you to be on the no-fly list, again, you left whatever state you were in to
Crossed
decide
state
to
lines, right? And then committed federal offenses.
federal, okay?
Because
Let's
because the whole reason they couldn't get people in there is because that shit wasn't under the jurisdiction of DC, right? Because it's a federal thing that they have their own police, their own everything,
Everything,
right?
everything,
My man was stealing
everything.
mail off the desk.
Yeah,
Federal stealing.
that's a federal offense. That's a federal offense. Tampering.
Trespassing on federal land, federal offense.
You know what I mean? They need to stack up these offenses and put these mofos in jail
For a long
for years.
For a
You know what I
long,
mean?
long
For
time.
years, because federal offense, you walked into a building,
With trespassing, destruction of property.
I mean, with the intention to harm people,
right, to kill.
you know,
They
you know what I'm
had
saying?
guillotine. People had guillotines out there. They had like
A
a
noose,
set
yep,
up,
absolutely.
out there.
The photos are all on there.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
all these different things.
They hit one in the head with a fire extinguisher. They beat the shit out of one with. He was laying on the floor. They grabbed him. They started hitting him with hockey sticks and all types of shit. That's the whitest shit.
Yeah.
Getting hit by hockey sticks.
But it's the whitest shit, and it's also just, let's say, it's in the character and of a lot of them, because let's look at history. White men have a history of tearing shit up and doing terrible shit.
Yes.
Let's keep it real.
Yes,
The
most recent, right? The most recent history. I think it's human nature to tear shit up. There's always going to be weirdos and but in most recent history, they've done the most fucking because they've been in control. When you're in control, you could do the most damage.
I mean, hello. Let's go as far back as the Crusades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let's look at colonization.
Yeah, the Crusade.
Who was at the forefront of that? White men. You know what I mean?
White
men.
I like history. I like history, and I was reading up on shit, and I was reading up on because I lightly read on the Bacon's Rebellion, right? And it was like this landowner who fought the British. So with like black people and enslaved people and like Native American, not Native Americans, but indentured servants, white indentured servants. So they got together and they were fighting the British to get more land.
Yeah, Bacon's Rebellion.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. In reality, it was a rich white dude, Bacon, who was like, hey, I want more land. And the Native Americans made a treaty with the British, so I can't take their land. So I'm going to get more land by getting these Africans and these poor whites to fight for me and with me, I guess.
Yeah, with me.
Right. And I'll get to give them what I want, like the land I want, all that shit, right? And what happens is he ends up getting his way, but then he ends up dying. He died, and then that's when England put in all those Virginia codes, all those black codes. They put in, perpetual slavery. They put in if the baby is born, even if the father was white, he would still be a slave. They would still be a slave. All the fucked up shit. Black people couldn't own firearms.
Right.
The free men couldn't have white people as slaves. Right? It could only be black slaves everywhere. White people could have white indentured servants, but that's it. And then black people were the people that weren't freed by that time were all slaves. So that goes to show you, for all these dummies that went to the Capitol building, it's still rich people using poor people to get their fucking way.
Dude, and it's always been that way, and that's a sad thing, like these poor white folk have allowed rich white folk to make them think that it's an all-inclusive type deal, and it's not.
You at the country club?
Listen, the Rockefellers don't want you at their clubs. The Bushes don't want you at their clubs. The Rothschilds don't want you at their clubs. Because you're not part of their crew. You're not part of that team. Your
Nope.
pockets are not deep enough to roll with these people. But what have they done? They're like, you know what? You know who's causing you to be poor and feel the way you feel? It's people that don't look like you. So of course, let me turn my
Well,
white poor attention
yeah.
to others instead of seeing that it is people that look like me but just more privileged who keep setting this shit up and making me fight people who are in the same situation as me.
And another
It's
thing about
crazy.
that time during Bacon's Rebellion, that's when they started making the distinction between. That's when they first started using the word white.
Right.
The distinction, like to distinguish themselves from other people, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when they started using it in documentation.
Right.
So
That's
don't
one thing I did learn
ever
in
have
history
rich white
class.
people. Don't you ever have
Okay.
rich white? I mean, I'm
Okay.
sure there are some nice rich white people, but
Oh, yeah, yeah. But
when
those people are usually new money. The people that are nice, rich white
possibly,
people are more likely new money
or like a
because
grandchild of old money. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like
Somebody
somebody
who's like, no,
they
I'm
got
not gonna
time to
be
be
part
nice.
of the status quo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to be part of this. Like,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
because I have black friends and I think they're
Yeah.
cool and yada yada, and
Yeah.
I know better. But all that old rich white money, they like, they would turn slavery on
In a
like
sense.
that.
I mean, but they
Listen,
got it. They got it. They own stocks in the prisons. They probably build up those prisons, own the corporations with those prisons. You know what I mean? Like they got
mm,
it. They just found a different way to get it. That's
mm-hmm.
all it is. It's always like not getting rid of it completely. They just find another way to do it, right?
Yep.
And you do it with laws and all that. That's the smarter way. See, like the poor people do it the violent way because that's how.
Right, which is a stupid way,
Right. The
and
smart
that's
way
temporary.
the smart way is to make you scared of a group of people and then put in laws to make it seem like you're better than them.
Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
Boom. And then they still can control and do whatever like this,
Yeah, yeah. It's
right?
the puppet
And,
master thing.
yeah.
You
And
know.
then you feel strong. Like one day I'm gonna be rich. One day I'm
Right.
gonna be like them. I'm gonna be
Right.
no, they'll never want you to be like them.
No, I mean, listen. Think about it. They're the one writing the laws.
Yeah.
If they're the one writing the laws, they're not making it where it's gonna be fair or equal. You know what I mean? Because they are writing it. Like people who don't believe in systematic oppression and everything else. Listen, like wake up. I don't care what color you are. The people on the top who are making the laws don't give a fuck about you, and you're going to be oppressed thinking that you're being oppressed because of illegal immigrants coming into this
Right.
country or
Right.
whatever. Meanwhile they're just like you know, hello, who's writing the laws? Who's making it hard for
Yeah.
you to get health care? Who's making it
Yeah.
hard for you to be able to live a certain kind of lifestyle? Rich white folk who are writing the laws. They're the ones that got these people in government doing what they're doing
Right.
so that they
Right.
could keep you oppressed. So if you're poor and you're white, wake the fuck up.
I mean, I don't think
Wait.
they're listening to us, but just in case they do, just in case it goes out to them, hey, we're closer. The oppression is closer with us than it is you being rich, with these
Absolutely.
white people,
Absolutely.
with these richer people. So do because then if it's not by color, right? If it's not by color, it's by socioeconomic level, right?
Absolutely.
If you can't tell the difference between the different white people, then it's going to be like, oh, they have money on this side of the track, and on the other side of the track, they don't have no money. So let's stay
Mm,
off of that. That's the bad side of town,
there
right?
you go.
Like poor people can't be good.
Right. 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 And that's another thing, right? This illusion or this disillusion of, poor people are the ones who making the country the way it is because, they will do anything to get things that they can't afford and blah blah blah. They've got plenty of people who are perfectly fine with just having a regular job,
Hmm.
being able to pay their bills and eat a little food. That's it. They don't want airplanes, they don't want fancy cars,
They don't
they
even
don't
want to
want
leave their
fancy
block,
clothes.
right? Work at
You know
home
what I'm saying?
and
That's
drink
it.
and drink and have some drinks in the crib.
That's it. You know, some people just want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like, listen, let me just have my little bank account. Let me just pay my bills, and let me just eat and drink so I can do Monday to Friday again. And when the weekend come, let me just have a little good time, eat
Mhm.
and drink, and let me. That's it. And some of them do this till they die, and they're perfectly fine. They're okay. You know what I mean? This idea that everybody wants this amazing materialistic kind of lifestyle is false. Some people are cool with just the basics. You know what I mean? So it's not poor people making the country the way it is.
Right.
It's the greedy
Yeah.
bastards who have already set up the system the way it is.
Yeah, it's weird.
And
It's weird because really, like the best time this country was I mean, not like perfect, but economically was when everybody had money, right? When there were less poorer people, not when there was a whole bunch of rich people and a whole bunch of poor people. I mean, just
right,
a few rich people and a whole bunch of poor people, right? Like
right.
it only does well if you put money in people's pockets. Not the stock market. That doesn't do shit. That makes rich people richer. The stock
That's
market
it.
make poor people richer.
Right,
So
right.
that's
But
that.
but that but that's another thing that kills me, right? Because a lot of these people that consider themselves the upper class,
Hmm.
you know, and educated and everything, you think they would be wise enough because of history to say, you know what? Let's just make these people comfortable enough so they can leave us the fuck alone.
Right.
But they're like, no, let you know what I mean? And that's all it is. You know what? We already got all this money. A lot of us are gonna die and leave all this money behind. Do we really
All
need
that money.
all of it? You know what I'm saying? So let's just make these people comfortable enough and they will completely ignore us. But it's like, no, 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 no. We don't want to just make them. We don't want to make them comfortable. We want to oppress them,
And we want.
and then wonder why there's a rebellion,
They hate us. They
and
want.
wonder why they hate us, and wonder why
Yeah.
they'll want to kill us, and wonder
Right.
why they'll want to like one day, you know, find our properties and come into our homes and do wild shit to us.
Yeah.
Because that's just the nature of things. If you push somebody up against a corner and they feel like they have to go through you
Yeah.
to have their freedom, guess what they'll do? They will go through you to have their freedom. You see it in the animal kingdom. When a you know if a tiger or something feels trapped, it's like fuck it, I'm attack. Ah, and that's what you're creating. You're creating enemies by
Yeah.
thinking that oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep oppressing people.
No, but they are
Nah,
smart
man.
because in the buffer are regular white people
Mm,
who think that they're better than the criminals, right?
right,
As long as
right.
there's black and brown people in the United States, there's always going to be somebody else, and they're the
So
minority. There's always going
right,
to be somebody else to look at as the enemy. But
right.
once they become the majority, then it's going to work the other way around. Hopefully, people don't try to do the same thing that was done to us, right? Because then, I mean, although it would feel good, I'm sure it wouldn't necessarily be right or good for a society, right, to progress.
right.
And you always have to take the upper ground, right? I guess because
Yeah,
that's
take
what
higher
they
ground,
do.
blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
But because it's the right thing to do. But yeah, if you're the majority, you're always going to try to, not always, right? But if you're the
Yeah.
majority, people find ways to oppress other people.
Hmm.
Like if you're the one white kid in an all black neighborhood, you're probably going to get picked on. But if
You stand out like a sore thumb.
right,
Like yeah,
but if you're a black kid in a white neighborhood, you're definitely going to get picked on,
absolutely.
and then the cops are going to come after you. And then people. But you know what? Black and brown communities aren't really like they might mention them like, "Hey, white boy," and then that's it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then we kind of
yeah.
bring people in too. It's not like we'll ostracise them or burn
Right,
crosses in their house. What would be
right.
the equivalent of a cross? A Jordan, right? We burn a Jordan sneaker in front of somebody's house, like the shape, not a real one because those are expensive. But
Right,
like this is the shape of some Jordans. in front of your
Yeah,
house instead of a cross, of course.
yeah.
Uh, and or what else? I mean, what kind of these motherfuckers? How bored were these motherfuckers that they had to they created fucking groups to be like extracurricular activities to harass black people. Like what did you? Thank God for the TV, Jesus, because a lot of
Listen,
these
man.
motherfuckers are still in the house watching this shit instead of outside
Listen,
riding horses to harass people.
which is crazy to me. And the funny thing is, I always just think about like, are these people happy on planet Earth? Because I don't get it. Like everything they seem to do has to do with some. And the funny thing is, they always try to paint us as the savages
Right.
and the ones who are uneducated and all this kind of stuff. But like, look at what y'all have been doing. Like, look at
Word.
the history
Yeah.
of your forefathers. Look
Yeah.
at the history of your forefathers.
Yeah.
Like,
Recent history days
it's
have
like
been
these. Like,
horrendous.
how much more savage can you get where you feel the need to rape a woman who is already working for you for free, and then have her have your bastard child, and then ostracize her and her child because you
And your
know
child.
you know what
And
I'm
your
saying? Like,
child, right? That's
how
your
much
kid. That's
like
not
how much of a savage do you have to
yeah.
be?
That's not some stranger's kid. That's your kid. That kid's gonna look like you. You're gonna feel some sort of way looking at that kid, and naturally speaking, you're there's I forget how it works, but I think like the child is supposed to look in a way that's gonna make the father not want to leave, right? Like it's
Mm,
either they look like you or they look like the mother, some shit. I forget how it works.
mm,
But like it's a natural instinct to want to stay with your child,
mm.
right? But leaving your child, okay, maybe that's easier. You don't see the child and you out.
Right.
When your child is working in a field
Mm,
and you are mistreating that child, I'm sure there were some that were like, oh, this is my son, I can't do this, whatever. But you were okay with your child still being enslaved and the mother, because maybe some of them were like that 23 and me, what was it? Ancestry.com, where it was like she was a slave
mm.
and then he was running with her. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some of them were
Mm,
like that. Most of them probably weren't.
right.
Because I don't have iron in my diet. Boom, choom. AJ Dunk asked, why your green screen wrinkled? Why you green screen? That was a rude question. I'm gonna have
Yeah, I mean, listen.
to steam it now. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, we listen, man. But the sad thing to me is the
Incest.
people who no the sad thing to me is the people who are still blind to what is going on. You know what I mean? Like, despite everything, some people are still blind to the fact that you have the people who are up here making all the rules, making everybody else hate each other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, they are blind to that. Yeah, because people.
A lot of people are still just kind of like, and going back to the point you're making, right? You know, I guess somebody always needs somebody to look down on.
Yeah.
And I realize that happens. That's something that is worldwide, right? Where it's just like, I drive a better car than you. I live in a better neighborhood than you. I went to a better school than you.
Right.
I'm taller than you. Like, somebody always feels like there's something that they need to have to be able to be like, yeah, I'm better than you. And it's just like, because of this thing, and forget everything else. So I don't know. It's like mind fuck to me, man. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Gay Corp says, I finally made it. Sorry for the wait. Thank you. Thanks for making it, Gay Corp.
Oh,
I appreciate it. AJ Dunk,
yeah, man.
shit, right? Ha ha ha.
Right,
Marlon's camera is
Marlon's
vertical.
camera is. Listen, I got my wrinkles in the back, bro. You know what I mean? That's effects right there. Alright?
Yeah, so we're talking shit here about like history and shit. not necessarily
Yep,
about fecal
and the
matter
Capitol, right?
and the Capitol, what was happening, and
And white people being on a no-flight list,
and it
which is
pretty
a
funny. It makes me
wh-
laugh. They were
which is a spin on things.
that Busset challenge,
Who?
Busset challenge,
But oh yeah, I've heard about
where
that.
they they all like without their makeup and shit, and then they.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's one that some ladies wearing a red shirt in the book bag, and then it shows the dude falling off when he was climbing off the Capitol.
Oh, yeah. But I saw one where they had like Scar from Lion King on the
Yeah,
top,
I saw that.
and he's. I was like, yo, people are like the internets,
They don't got
people.
they don't got no sense.
No, yo, they got no chill. They got no chill. Something happened. Yo, what about that white girl, right? That was, talking about how she got pepper sprayed and whatnot, but they showed like she had an onion.
In a towel.
Bruh. White people. Listen, some white people. Some white people. Stop it. Stop it. You guys will go above and beyond to be the victim and to stop it.
She was
Homegirl was literally rubbing an onion on her eyes
right.
just so she could look like she's been violated. Stop it.
That's some weirdo shit.
Like, I'm like, wow, man. She definitely gave a different definition to white woman's tears. Cause wow.
You think it's cool to dox the QAnon shaman? Nah, I don't wanna Oh, AJ says you support white people. You have white curtains.
Oh, this dude is
So Gay Corpse is asking, you think it's cool to dox the QAnon shaman? I don't want to dox nobody. Everybody's got the FBI already knows where he is.
right.
You arrested him. They're gonna know where everybody is.
They're gonna know.
They have like everything you got on your phone. The FBI and the military had it 10 years ago.
Right. And there's a 100 times better.
Right. And so they got positioning. They find like all this global positioning and shit like that.
They have facial recognition. The minute they put your face in the system, all your information is right there. So they know where these people are.
But even if they don't see your face, they still knew that you were there by the
right.
by the geolocation on your apps and all this shit.
All right.
Stop bringing things that will be used against you.
Right. You got to be somebody who's totally off the grid for them to just be like, okay, we don't know who this person is.
Yeah, to get away.
Yeah, but for the most part, if you own a cell phone,
FBI, open up!
That's it. You own a cell phone. That's it.
Oh my God, this is what they're doing to us. This is what they're doing to us.
They'll be out walking out the house with that. That movie, yeah. AJ, oh, this shit is dumb long. Yeah, watch the show. Yo, just jump on. We're gonna be on here for like another 10 minutes. Jump on. AJ,
jump on, AJ. Yeah.
So he's gonna Yo, that shit is funny. That Curb Your Enthusiasm shit. That shit always makes me laugh. Wow, that shit is.
Listen,
these people they don't. They thought that nothing was gonna happen to them, and now
because they're privileged. They're privileged, man.
People.
You really. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but you really gotta feel so privileged that you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna do what the fuck I want and just go about my life. You gotta you gotta really feel like a god to be like, I'm good. I'm gonna go do this, It's gonna be like me going to the supermarket, and then I'm just gonna go to work and live my life like I usually do because I did nothing wrong. I'm American. I'm white American. What is
I'm
gonna
glad
happen to
you-
me?
Yo, but
Like,
you know what? In other countries, like Texans are like what people think Americans are,
right,
or like maybe New Yorkers. You know what I mean?
right, right,
So
right,
Gabe
right.
Corbs looks like he's feeling you today. Marlon, you're a diamond in the rough, sir. Keeping this show rolling. He likes your
Oh,
energy.
look.
He likes what you're doing here on talking shit. He likes it.
Yeah, yeah, but it's amazing to me. But I really love the fact that they're getting a taste of what it's like to be harassed in this country. And I'm referring to black and brown people who have it done to them for no damn reason sometimes. I love the fact, oh, look who it is. This
Hey,
guy, huh? All up on my curtains and whatnot. We got 8 minutes left, you know?
Yeah,
All up on
what
my curtains, son. Why
you
you all
so
up on my curtains, B?
your shit is like this, my man. You showing this
Oh,
smile.
is it?
photographer. Yeah.
It, is my joint crooked because the stand I got it on? I look straight. I don't know.
No, it's not
What?
crooked.
Yeah.
It's the lens, like the you don't see it's all black parts on the side.
Oh, got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay, so yeah,
Right? So it
I'm a
just
little
shows
different.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a little different. That's what I do. That's
Okay.
how I do things. You know what I mean? Wait, oh, I thought that was a MAGA hat you had on. I was about to say, whoa, 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 whoa,
Some people
whoa.
not allowed to wear red hats, but they don't have white writing.
It is.
I
It's
don't
a bag
know.
inside.
Well, I mean, it is a Phillies hat.
Ooh, ooh,
They
yeah.
found two detectives, no, two cops and two detectives from Philly. Or one detective from
Damn.
Philly over in MAGA March.
I mean,
Mm,
Those cops is racist.
the
damn.
Phillies wasn't they like the last team in the MLB to
No,
like
no, I don't know.
do?
I know they threw snowballs at Santa Claus.
I mean, in
Wow.
Ice
Robinson,
balls.
Violation.
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 I wear this for other reasons. It's not. I'm not.
Okay. No, I'm just I'm just talking about Philly. The cops are not
Yeah,
easy to deal with over there.
listen. But again, the privilege thing, right? Like you're a cop and you were supposed to be upholding the law and you went to another state to break the law.
That's
Like,
federal, dog.
you know
That's
what I mean? You took an oath as a cop to serve, protect, blah 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 blah. Then you went to another state to break the law, a federal law.
wilding.
Talk
Are you
about
for?
privilege.
Are you for? Oh, I thought you. I didn't know if you were for or against.
Oh no, definitely against.
Oh,
Nah,
okay.
nah, chill. But I'm just saying, like you would think like these people know better. You know what I mean? You work for the government. You know, if you're a cop, no matter what state you're in, you work for the government,
Yeah, there was like
and you went
an Olympian,
quit.
some CEO. Uh, there
That
was
retired Air Force chick that got killed and
yeah, there
said,
was
you
state
know, apparently they
senators,
quote.
like state like representatives and senators. There's all types of people, and it's great. It's great. It's great to see because now you know that people aren't lying when they say cops are racist or cops are doing
Right,
this, doing that. Then
right,
when people
exactly.
say like, "Oh no, the laws aren't racist," these people they love the people because state senators create laws and help pass like bills and shit. Yeah, yeah, it's good that this happened. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad for the people it happened to.
What if I was to tell you that I was out there?
I would
Oh,
say
really?
that your shape up tells me otherwise. Because black dudes that go to those events, shape and fades, look horrible, and they usually have a perm.
What if I'm the dude that took a picture of the other black guy that was in there looking in the seats?
I don't believe the shape. Yeah.
No, but didn't they say that was Photoshop? Didn't they say that was Photoshopped?
What?
That whole deal with the dude that was just standing in the red bubble coat, just like
Oh, I don't know. I know you talk about.
He
Yeah, I
had
think they said
something
that
up
was
there.
Photoshop.
He said he was looking for a stimulus check.
Yeah, he was like, "Where's that stimmy? I'm here for my stimmy." I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, who got that check? Because I can't wait for the mail. I need that stimmy now. You know what I mean? Because my man is about to run to the check cashing place. uh,
Please be killing you, huh?
yeah,
You need that money.
he was like, "I need that joint now, B." He's like,
Yeah.
"Forget the mail.
But they
My
really
mail been getting stolen."
yo, and supposedly there was like a tour the day before where they were showing everybody where the fucking rooms were. There's a New Jersey representative who was talking about it. She was like, "Yeah, January 5th, there was a senator, a representative walking people around, doing reconnaissances because, and then people are like, oh, how does she know? She said ex like Navy special officer, like she knows about this shit. So she was like, yeah, there were people here the day before. She's a Democrat, of whatever, because Republicans are not going to rat on each other. But so like she said that there were like people there the day before, and the Republican representative was giving them a tour of the building. That's why they knew where to go. They had maps and all that shit. Like they were really.
But that was planned. Yeah, listen, nobody could tell me that this wasn't planned. Like, come on. The fact.
Yeah.
What? Like the National Guard was not called on. You know what I mean? People were just able to walk in like they were on some big fucking school trip. Like, oh, this is where we're going, guys. And it's just like they just walked up the stairs and walked in. Like, you can't tell me that wasn't planned. One black dude with a gun and a taser and maybe a little pepper spray trying to prevent like hundreds of people from coming up the stairs.
And then they were stupid enough to go the
opposite. He would have got murdered.
They were following him instead of going to they were close to getting to the senators. He led them away from the senators, from the representatives. He saved black people, saving the country again. Loving America when America,
even when America don't give a damn about us. You know what I'm saying? Always, and again, that just goes to show we got good hearts. We're always the ones who look, willing to be like, oh yeah, come on in. I got some food ready. I'll share with you. And they're like, bang, bang, now you're dead. Yeah. We want all your food.
Wow.
I bet you he didn't even get a break that day. He probably didn't even get a lunch break that day.
He probably didn't. And they haven't even made, an effort to be like, thank you very much for your outstanding nothing.
No, but who's going to do it? You know what I mean? Like, he never got his 15-minute break.
He never did. He never did. He never got his 15. He didn't get his 15.
He was trying to lure him away from the break room.
They're like, no, we're short-staffed today. You can't take your 15.
Wow.
We're going to need you to... Damn.
And we're not giving you OT neither.
Oh, OT.
We're going to have to duck this. So,
a pension that went over there, a state pension, if they get in trouble, they shouldn't be able to get that pension, man. If they did something illegal. Oh, Karen calls out. You got to cover.
Well, I don't know if this is our time, but it's 9:30. I know.
Yeah, it's 9:30. It's our time. AJ, thanks for coming.
If
AJ, maybe you could join us. I don't know what everybody's schedule is looking like, but I'll be old that day. So that's it. All right. Thanks everybody for coming. Gay Corpse.
Peace and love, everybody. Stay safe. Be safe.
Love me a
much love.
Gay Corpse. I need you to talk to me nice.
Yes, indeed.